Welcome to the Summit Lab podcast. This is a place where I explore ideas about photography, creativity, family, and the long road of trying to build something meaningful. I'm Chris, and this is the Summit Lab. Today, in this very first episode, I want to talk about something in particular. And I'm always telling myself, I'm going to do it today. And then I'll think, oh, it's too late now. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll wake up early. And the weekend for sure. But really the reasons never stop. And I'm starting to question, are they reasons or just excuses? Steven Pressfield calls it resistance in his book, The War of Art. I just recently read it again. I had read it a while ago, but I read it again, and it kind of hit me. Like, things just always seem to get in the way. It's this invisible force that pushes back whenever you try to do something creative or meaningful. And if you've ever tried to start something like writing or photography, maybe a business, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've always been drawn to creating. Ever since I was little, I was drawing all the time or doing paint. I took art and all the way through high school, and I eventually fell in love with photography my junior year of high school, taking photos of my friends skateboarding and things. And I always seem to come back to it. It's where my heart has settled. I love everything about the camera. I love the technical stuff. I love the artistic stuff. I love everything about it. My brain just gets it. It's really what I want to be doing every single day, is just something with video or photos, editing, you name it. That's what I'd like to be doing. But life just has a funny way of getting in the way. You have kids, you get married, you have a house, you get responsibilities, you got car payments, cooking, cleaning, youth sports, your 9 to 5 job. The list goes on. We all have a ton of stuff that we need to be doing these days. And what I really start to question is, like, do I really want this? And I think it just comes down to that resistance. There's always going to be a reason why not to do it. And what I've come to the realization of is that if you're gonna do it, you just gotta start. You have to start. Over the years, I always think, like, if I got a new lens or if I got a new camera, it would all just be easy. I would just want to go use that stuff. But it just never quite works out. And so I got this new computer recently where I'm like, okay, I'm going to start bringing this computer everywhere. And this is going to make things easy. It's a tiny computer. I can edit photos. I can do video. I can write. I can do all the things that I love wherever I want. And so I took it to my kids' swim practice a couple nights ago, and with the intent of just writing. I had no idea what I was going to write about. I just took the computer, I opened it, and I just started basically puking words into the keyboard. And funny enough, things just started flowing. And it came to this. This is what came out, was there's always going to be this resistance, always this reason why you can't. But if you just make the time, you can always make the time. It's just, what are you going to sacrifice? And so here I am sitting, it's 10:35 at night on a Sunday, and I'm doing it. Rather than sitting down watching some of my favorite creators on YouTube or something, I'm like, I'm going to go make something myself. So anyways, that's kind of what I want to talk about, is you get in these traps of always making excuses of why you can't do something. And what I've come to the realization of is you just gotta do it. And once you start going, just start going, you can, things will just fall into place, and it makes it easier. Um, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do another experiment. I'm going to just get a small camera with a prime lens, and I'm just going to force myself to take it with me and experiment with it. It's not even a lens I really, I shouldn't say that I don't like, but it's a lens that I'm not used to shooting with. I'm just going to get a Sony A7C II, which is a tiny camera, and a 35 millimeter prime lens, and that's what I'm going to use. I sold all my Fuji gear to get this, and because cameras are expensive, I can't just keep on buying these darn things. But anyways, I'm going to get this little small camera that I'm going to take with me everywhere. I can take my small computer, edit photos everywhere, and I'm just going to see how it goes. I've been trying to take more photos even with my phone, just out doing everyday life stuff. If I'm out with the kids somewhere, take a photo, taking little videos, things like that. It's those little small wins that keep the momentum going. And I think that's what it's really all about, is just starting and then doing the little things that'll keep the momentum going. I'm at a point in my life now where I have to do it. One of, I'll call him my mentors, this guy, Jim Rohn, who was like a personal development speaker. He had like CDs and, books on tape back in the day. And I started listening to him, and he had this quote that I'll never forget. It was, we all must suffer from one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And that seems so fitting for what I'm going through right now. It's, you just have to do it. You have to be disciplined, make the time to do what you love, because life's not going to do you any favors and get out of your own way. And if you never start, you're never going to finish. And quite honestly, I don't think there's ever going to be a finish line, but I guess maybe if you never start, you'll never make any progress. And so for now, it's just start. And that's where I'm at. So anyways, and keep this short and sweet, but that's where I'm going. I'm just going to keep doing these sorts of things. And if you guys are interested in coming along for this journey and watching me succeed or fail, then welcome. This is the Summit Lab podcast. I'm going to be doing experiments in creativity, storytelling, and building a meaningful life. So thanks for being here.